Time for today's top business story. Andy Bell joins us from BNN Bloomberg. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
All right, so we touched on the U.S. China trade war yesterday. Another day, doesn't look like things are getting much better.
No, the markets, the big U.S. markets slumped yesterday more than 2%. Now, the futures are pointing to a slightly better open today.
Okay.
Mr. Trump predicting that he thinks the trade talks with China will be very successful. But he admits, sometimes you got to admire his candor. He said, who knows? He loves doing that kind of thing.
Of course he does. But let's talk about this from the perspective of like a broader perspective.
Yeah.
We know that the stocks are taking a hit.
Okay.
We know that consumer prices are going up in the United States as these tariffs are affecting the people buying the products, not the country selling the products necessarily.
That's right.
But what other ramifications can this have on the market, say on interest rates, for example?
Well, the big, if Mr. Trump follows through and broadens this to virtually all Chinese exports to America, then the consumer will really start feeling it. That's going to be the real point. The Chinese themselves, of course, are threatening their own tariffs. Chinese state media talking about a people's war in this. So they're ramping up their rhetoric as well.
And we talked about it yesterday. Are we getting a better sense today as to what moves that China could make? Because as we know, they buy a lot less from the U.S. than the U.S. buys from them. So it's not exactly an even playing field in this trade war. What other tools do they have in their toolkit to retaliate against the Americans?
Almost certainly go after American farm commodities. Now, they have already done that. They've indicated they're going to start taxing American liquefied natural gas at a higher rate or ramp up the tariff there. But the importance of farm exports is in states like Georgia, which about a fifth of the economy is actually agriculture. I was amazed to find that. Atlanta is a big tech hub. We know that farmers are hurting. Soybean prices are near multi-year lows. Corn is down. That's partly because China is tariffing and I'm using tariff as a verb there, sorry, is putting tariffs on U.S. farm goods. So they're probably going to go after the heartland, the U.S. Midwest, the Chinese, because they know that next year Mr. Trump is going to want to win them over to his side again. And
you know, the people in the United States need to realize the Chinese don't have to worry about re-election.
No, that's right.
As I heard on another network, they are playing the long game.
That's right. And that really is the long game, because they want dominance in technology. They want to be the world's #1 in 20 or 30 years' time. That's what America is really worried about. And, of course, the sticking point now seems to be, will we even be sure, or will the Americans even be sure that the Chinese are sticking to the agreement? It's the enforcement has become the sore point.
Well, we're glad that you and the people at BNN Bloomberg are going to be watching this for us today. We appreciate it.
Thanks a million.